So we sat down a couple years ago, Tommy and Vince and Nick and myself, and we were thinking, you know, maybe it's time to take this fucking ride and turn it in and call it a day. And we said before we do that, we got to go all around the world. We got to go all around America. We got to go all through Europe. And there was one place, and I do not bullshit you, that was number one on the list, and that was Stockholm fucking Sweden. Now, I don't know how many people here have been to America, but let me tell you a story about America. When you talk to any music fan in America, they will tell you some of the best fucking rock and roll bands come right the fuck out of here. Just so you know that. So the first night of the opening of the tour, I was sitting in my dressing room and I was thinking, fuck, how do the four of us make it for 34 years? How do we survive everything? And thinking to myself, my story starts before Motley Crue, and I'm going to tell you that story, and maybe it has something to do with you, maybe it's something you can relate to, and maybe it has something to do with the band. But when I was about 10 years old, I grew up in a city in Jerome, Idaho, back in America, population 4,000 people, very small. I lived in a trailer with my grandmother and my grandfather. My grandfather was very poor, and he used to drive to work every day in his white Ford pickup truck 35 miles to work at a gas station and 35 miles back. And what I remember about being a young boy was every day when he came home, he would put his truck keys, some change, and a pocket knife on the table. And I would look at that pocket knife and I would think to myself, I'm gonna have that. And I remember the first night that I took it, I got in trouble, and the next day I took it, and this went on for weeks and months, and one day he came home from work, and there was a brand new pocket knife, and he handed it to me. And a knife represents something to me. I carry a knife with me every single day, everywhere I go, something like this. It's not only forged out of steel, but it represents this to me. And if you are out there and you want to make something happen in your life, if you have a dream and you want to go for it, no matter what it is, if anybody's telling you no, somebody tells you you're not good enough, or you're never going to make it, this is fucking living proof. You keep doing it over and over and over, and you make that fucking come true. Am I right? I think I'm right. That's exactly what Tommy and Vince and Nick, myself did over and over. And if it wasn't for you guys, if it wasn't for rock fans, there would be no Motley Crue. Now I want you to do me a favor. I know everybody in here has a cell phone in your purse or your pants. Pull it out right now. Turn on the flashlight. Let's light this place up. Let's light Stockholm up. Someday, I promise you this, maybe next week, maybe next month, maybe a year from now, maybe 10 years from now, you're going to be driving down the street. Motley Crue is going to come on the radio in your car, and the person sitting next to you, they're going to say, you know, Motley Crue is a pretty cool band. You know what you're going to say? Fuck you, because I was at their last fucking concert. Don't forget us, okay?